Welcome, my name is Matt, aka RoadJedi88. We're getting into Star Wars, guys. Here's heroes, mods. General Kenobi, another major character in the Star Wars universe. Um, Obviously, we first are introduced to him as an old Ben in the Star Wars A New Hope. Then he, after his former Padawan rather, uh, kills him. He goes into Force Ghost ability. Kind of becomes one of the Force, basically. Um, he continues communicating with Luke, even into Glove of Darth Vader, and moving on past that. And moving on past that, on and off, not in every single book, obviously. Luke does actually name his son with his Sith converted wife from the Young Jedi Knight book series into the New Jedi Order book series. The Young Jedi Knight book series is where, honestly, I think he might have actually met her before the Young Jedi Knight book series. I don't know which book he would have actually officially met her, but he did, in the course of this time, work on converting her over to the Jedi, to the light side. Then going on into the New Jedi Order, they're married, and she struggles having a kid at first. There's something with her health, her body, but eventually she does actually end up having a son with Luke, in which he names him Ben Skywalker, naming him after his first Jedi Master, Old Ben, who is the former General Obi-Wan Kenobi. Old Ben was kind of a cover name. You can see Obi-Wan again in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. You can read about Obi-Wan even in starting in Jedi Apprentice book series, which is actually a prelude to the Phantom Menace. Then during in between the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, you get to read about him being the Jedi Master and teacher for young Anakin Skywalker, who is, of course, the father of Luke Skywalker. Then eventually, of course, we can read more about him in Revenge of the Sith. There's plenty of books in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, many of which I personally haven't yet to read. I've been meaning to try to get around them, and I intend to. As soon as I'm able to get my hands on them. Revenge of the Sith is when his Padawan falls to the dark side, and he ends up having to go into hiding with the agreement to watch over Luke, which is even further filled in just a little bit more from Luke Skywalker's perspective himself. Growing up as a young boy, as he shares some of his backstory and experience of old Ben growing up with him, kind of around. There are, in the Star Wars Journal, Fight for Justice, I misinterpreted this for a backstory book, but I think there is some backstory in it. But there is another book or a backstory where old Ben from a distance actually gets to watch Luke Skywalker with his friend Biggs and Tilly's do some, I think they're called skiff. The little three-wing ships that Luke was playing with a model of that old Ben had given him. Him and Biggs actually flew real ones, and old Ben was watched from a distance. To kind of watch him race through this the Dune Sea, the Dune Sea, where there's also a rock formation called the Needle's Eye, because it holds a middle section very thin, like a sewing needle, that racers would try to see if they could race through it without crashing. And Luke could actually do it. It was just, it's kind of the early signs of Luke being able to you know, having his father's abilities to be a good pilot, you know, just like his dad, Anakin. But yeah, a lot can be said about Obi-Wan Kenobi or Old Ben, or in this case, General Kenobi. Um, his mods. You go to my first video in my mods playlist in my YouTube channel, and he or my video, I break down the various different types of characters, their roles, their role, you know, their responsibility and their roles, as well as various different types of mods and their purposes, and explain what it is we're doing when we're applying, why we're applying mods to characters. Essentially, we're just kind of enhancing their abilities. We're cross-training them with another character role purpose, so that they can be more effective in the squad. General Kenobi is a tank character here. This is the Clone Wars General Kenobi. So he's very much into protection of the squad. Everyone that's within the squad, he's into protecting them. He works as a leader. He can group with Galactic Republic Jedi and Fleet Commander, or he is a Fleet Commander. You can, if you go to swgoh.gg, they recommended modding him with triple health. In the in-game tips, they're recommending modding him with tenacity. As you can see, I modded my General Kenobi, with speed and tenacity. Why? Well, as a tank character, he's already in the mode of defense, which also kind of includes a little bit of health, but it's mostly, you know, defense, and it's kind of built in with him. It's already going to be defense and tenacity. Maybe a little bit of offense, but probably already a little bit of health too. But okay, someone who is going to be heavy for protection is also weighed down. So the idea of giving them speed allows them to move quicker. Tenacity tenacity by definition means not easily torn apart. He's already a defense character. You want that tank to be hard to tear apart. You want him to be as strong as he can be. So I basically what I did is I just boosted his speed, just how fast he's gonna move, and made sure that he is still able to be defensive, in the sense that they're gonna have to chop away at this Kenobi in order to get anywhere with him. The opponent's world, that is. He'll be able to stand his ground, and he'll be able to attack, you know, attack back with attacker characters' speed abilities. So they're going to get a tank-like punch out of Kenobi when he comes at them with the attacker speed. So that's General Kenobi's mod. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and thank you for following. May the Force be with you.